Hey everybody, Dr. Locklear here in part 2 of a 3-part series on leadership. If you think about last week we talked about the myth of leadership. And we had the opportunity to interview Mr. Orlando and Mr. Russ, and we talked about what leadership really is and what it can be. And I have spent a lot of time in prayer and in thought this week around trying to really help our school and our students understand what true leadership is. Today we're going to pick up with the second part of this series and leadership as influence. And we're going to spend some time talking about what that influence is and what it means to be a leader of influence. We can cite so many leaders in our society and culture where their influence is negative and certainly not positive. But if you think about the greatest leaders that we have, leaders like last week with Mr. Orlando and Mr. Russ, they are leaders who exert influence, and their influence is around care and kindness and supporting and nurturing people. When my career concludes and my life concludes, I hope that's my legacy of leadership, is that I was able to help and serve those people around me. Well, today we're going to go a little deeper in that concept. A couple of weeks ago I had the opportunity to interview students, and I asked a question that is rarely asked of a 17 or 18-year-old student. And the question was, what are you going to do to make a difference in the world? And the students were quite thoughtful about it. But the answer that the student came back with was around leadership. And it wasn't positional power, but it was about being a leader of influence to help get things done in our world, to make a positive change in the lives of those people that we serve on a daily basis. And we're very excited to interview that student a little bit later today. Welcome back. We are very excited to have Caden here, a senior at New Life Academy. And Caden, why don't you just say a little bit about who you are and what you do at New Life?
My name is Caden. I play soccer here. I run track. I also participate in the robotics team. I've gone here since Mom's Day away, so I've been here for a long time.
Cool. So you are what we affectionately refer to as a lifer?
Yes.
Good, good. Well, I had a great conversation with you last week, and I just wanted to circle back. We're in this 3-part series on leadership. And this week, the whole premise was around leadership and influence. And last week we were in a discussion, and I asked you a question about if you could go out and change the world, what would you do? And your response was around leadership. Could you talk a little bit about what you shared with me on this day?
Yeah, I think New Life specifically, or just as in general, we are focused on leadership and equipping students and staff to be leaders in the world, in the school, wherever they are. And to me, at least, what I've learned from being here so long is leadership isn't a position, it's an attitude. And I think that if we all take advantage of the things that we're given here, we are equipped to be leaders, not always in position, but in attitude. And I think that that is a way that we quite literally change the world.
Could you share a bit more about that attitude of leadership and what that looks like in your mind?
Yeah, I think one thing that we are given an opportunity to do here is to serve, not only in our school and in our local communities, but on like a broader scale, like with the junior missions trips and stuff. And I think that is a key component of leadership, is service and putting others before yourself. And I think that we're given opportunities to do that here, and I think that again ties into being equipped to go out and change the world.
As you think about New Life Academy and where we wish to go with getting this mindset of leadership flipped, what are some things that we can begin to talk to students and parents about around that attitude of leadership, and that anyone and everyone can be and everyone should be a leader?
I think again, one of the parts is serving and also just leading by example, which in action, responsibility, and schoolwork, but also in extracurriculars like sports and things, and in really whatever you do, like God calls us to be an example for everyone else and lead. And I think that because we are equipped to lead, thanks to what we've learned here, we can go out and do things that other people wouldn't be able to do, because we know that leadership is not just being in charge. It's an attitude, it's a way that you look at things, it's the way you treat other people. And I think that incorporating what you learn here about leadership at home with your families, and having parents continue to support their kids and give them the opportunity to come here to learn these things, is far above what you can expect, like what you could ever ask for anybody to try and equip their kids to be leaders.
I just need you to know that you are an absolute gift to this school, and I just thank you so much for all that you do here. And one of the things that we're going to begin doing, and you're part of this process as well, but we truly want to begin to focus on the senior class to talk about two things. The first thing is that idea of legacy, and the second thing is how do we create those opportunities for leadership. And so, New Life Academy, there will be more to come. And Caden, thank you so much for being a part of the interview today.
Of course.
Yeah.